Hello, welcome to Paul's Take. So I've had my vehicle now for 4 days now. So let me give you my first impressions of it. Well, first of all, this thing has 35-inch tires, and the biggest shocking thing to me was actually gas mileage. Now, I know what you're thinking, 35-inch tires, it's got like a 2-inch lift or so, 2.5-inch lift. I'm not really sure what it has, but it seems higher than normal. It actually has, believe it or not, better gas mileage than my Liberty. Now, my Liberty wasn't stock either. It had a little bit of a lift, a 2-inch lift as well, a little bigger tires, but they were only like really 30-inch tires, where this one has 35-inch tires. So apparently it's the motor. The motor, it must be much more efficient than the Liberty. The Liberty had a 3.7 liter dual cam per cylinder. This has the Liberty has 2 valves. This has 4 valves per cylinder. It's aluminum block, so apparently that made a big difference. And this is a manual transmission. I'm not sure if that made a difference or not. But I'm averaging right now, and I do, like I say, 50% highway, 50% roads. And I'm actually getting at least 16 miles per gallon, if not a little better. That was a shocker. I almost was not going to get the vehicle because I thought the gas mileage would be too bad, too horrendous. But 16 and above, that works for me. Now, I haven't got my speedometer calibrated, so but that really should tell me I'm actually getting better gas mileage than it's indicating, because it's got a bigger tire, so each rotation has more distance I'm traveling. So basically, when it's showing on my speedometer I'm doing 55, I'm actually doing 60, so it's off by like 5 miles an hour. So that's pretty darn impressive. What else? Let's see here.
Is that your mask?
No.
No? You got.
Alright, so today was the first day I actually removed the top completely. You can remove it just halfway, and that's really neat. But this is the first time I did it completely off with the front doors off. So that experience is really neat. Now, it does get really hot. Well, right now it's only 83 degrees, and it is right around noontime, so probably not the best time to be going convertible. And you do get warm, and it gets windy, which is cool. The doors off is fun. It's like a giant golf cart. Little kind of scary at first, a little bit. Now, I did order some mirrors because you know the mirrors are on the doors. So once you remove the doors, you have no mirrors. And I did drive, so I'm driving obviously about now, without any mirrors. And you probably could get used to it, but I wouldn't recommend it. I'm so used to looking at checking my mirrors that I keep like, ugh, even though I know it's clear, I'm still kind of like, I don't know, I feel kind of like I'm driving blind, trying to change lanes and stuff. So I did order some mirrors, and then they'll attach to the window sill, you know, and that'll be fine. So, but yeah, overall, that, I mean, it's definitely a unique experience. It's not like you drive in any other car or convertible, especially with the doors off. So that is really unique. If you've never done it before, I never have, apparently, because I was like, whoa, I'm out here. That's really cool, though. That's unique. So that's definitely worth the price of admission, if you ask me. Now, probably later in the day or earlier in the morning would probably be better, so it's not so blazing hot on you. Or if you have one of those shades, then I think that would just kind of ruin the effect. I like being open, but maybe when it's not so blazing hot. What else? Let's see here. There's no storage in this thing. That's one thing I was kind of shocked. There's really no storage. Normally you have little nooks on your door, and you have a little, in this one you have a little basket, and when you have little doors, you have nothing. And then the glove box is small, it's really narrow, and the only other place there's really any storage is on your arm, under your armrest. And that's pretty decent, but it's not much. That part of it's decent, but there's not besides that, there's really nothing else. You can lock them, which is nice, so nobody steals your stuff when you're driving around with your doors off. Everybody's surprised how comfortable the drive is. And I gotta say, this one here with 35-inch tires is much more comfortable than with the stock tires. It just have more of a, I guess it's more air to float on. So, okay, so I got the manual transmission. I don't regret that at all. I feel like you're very much more engaged, and it's much more fun. If you've never driven a manual, you should learn, because I think that it's part of the experience. They say automatics are better for off-roading, which is probably true if you're not really good with a manual. But I think the overall experience is better with a manual. You know, I mean, it's not all about 100% logical choice. I'm not, you know, it's about the sensation, the experience, and I feel like the manual gives you definitely more engagement. It's just you just feel more part of the Jeep. It's more fun. It's just part of the experience. And I think if you've never had a manual, you're not going to miss it. But if you're familiar with a manual, or if you just like bite the bullet and get one, granted at first there'll be a big learning curve. You get really comfortable with it, but once you do, I think you'll be glad you got one. Okay, so let's talk about handling. Now this one handles pretty good in regards to the steering. It's a little loose, so you get a little correction, but it's not bad. This one is not bad. And overall ride quality is really good. Now I test drove about 5 or 6 different Wranglers. Each one drove different. No two was alike. So don't order one online. Just make sure you test drive it, because it might not feel good, and that's important. It's got to feel right. This one felt great. The engine sounds tight. But I've driven ones with, well, no lower miles, but I've driven different ones with higher miles. Some drove like 150,000 miles on it. It was completely smooth, and I drove one with 100,000 miles on it. It sounded terrible, like trash. It sounded like it was ready for a replacement. So definitely test drive your vehicle, because they all handle and they all sound different. So what's your first impressions, your first takes on the Wrangler?
Windy.
It's windy. Doors on or off? What do you like?
Off.
Roof off or on?
Off.
You feel like you're gonna fall out?
No.
Are you comfortable?
Yeah. Jeep. She did the Jeep wave.
Today?
Yes. Jeep wave with the Jeep. Oh, I like that color.
Yeah. See here the doors? They're like bars. Do the wave. Does anything surprise you?
Windy.
You didn't think it'd be windy?
Huh?
You didn't think it'd be windy?
Not just windy. Jeep. He waved at you.
It's a Jeep wave right here. This piece, Jeep.
Now you might get the ducks, the little rubber ducks on your car.
Ducks.
Huh?
We're talking about rubber ducks.
People with Jeeps sometimes put, they duck each other and put little ducks
What?
on the car.
Never heard that before. Where do they put the ducks? Dash?
On the, yeah.
What do you mean they duck each other? Throw a duck at each other?
Huh?
See a person with a Jeep?
In the parking lot.
What?
If you see a Jeep, you put a rubber duck on the car.
Really?
Yes, we should get a bag of rubber ducks.
Never heard that before. So look that up. You tell me, is there a duck thing? I never heard of a duck thing.
He has no doors.
Yeah.
So many people drive around without doors.
It's fun, that's why.
I never noticed it before.
I'm thinking of putting my top back on. You go out with the doors off, top on. Huh?
What is it?
Yeah.
Peace Jeep. Is it only Wranglers?
Usually it is. I don't know. I don't know the rules. If there's any rules.
Did you do it before?
Some people gave me the Jeep wave in my Liberty, but I had a pretty cool Liberty. And then I would definitely never wave a Liberty. I'm joking. I gave him a Jeep wave. That's a Patriot. I'm totally joking. I'm only going to wave at people that have bigger tires than me. I'll be like, respect. That's easy. Thanks for watching Paul's Take.